Well, hi everyone. I didn't see you sneak up on me like that. Hi guys, I'm Justin Long, and this is People Talking Sports, and you're watching it. Sorry. Don't change the channel. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a great show. I don't necessarily know a lot about sports, but I'm gonna talk to a lot of people who do. So that's cool. And Sam is not here today, unfortunately. Sam is shooting an episode of Crashing. But we don't have to promote that or plug that or wish him luck with that, because he's not here. He's leaving everybody high and dry. And now look what you get. A guy who knows nothing about sports hosting a show called People Talking Sports. So thanks a lot, Sam, wherever you are. No, we wish him the best of luck. It's a great show. Pete Holmes, very funny. Watch it when he's on and watch it when he's not on. MMA star Chris Weidman is here. Chris Weidman, who, even if you don't like him, you can't say anything bad about him because he could murder you with his bare hands. So we're going to be very nice to him, everyone. And you at home, you can say whatever you want about him because you're safe, you're protected. But he's in the studio, so we're going to be on our best behavior. We're excited to talk to him. He is apparently a very nice guy. He is not a maniac. He has no mania. Speaking of mania, how's that? Pretty clipped. Thank you. Eclipse Mania swept the nation. It's no longer sweeping the nation. We can change that. So we had, in New York, if you were here, we were in a path of totality that was about 70%, so, which was pretty good. Not as good as you can see the Tennessee Titans there. They were in Nashville. That was 100%. Lucky Titans. You don't say that very often. Lucky Tennessee Titans. But we had about 70%. We have 0% Kyrie Irving. Now we found out, sorry, well, that's a segue. It's a fine segue. The Celtics now have Kyrie. We no longer have Kyrie. In terms of basketball prowess, that's a really bad thing to not have Kyrie. In terms of scientific aptitude, not having Kyrie is not necessarily the worst thing. As you know, Kyrie thinks the earth is flat. We don't judge people, even if you're Kyrie Irving. You know, we celebrate you and all your scientific beliefs. This is People Talking Sports. It's not People Talking Science. So welcome, grab a mug, specifically a People Talking Sports mug, and enjoy. I am joined by Chris Weidman. Chris, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We're gonna. Well, it wasn't my call,
thanks for sitting here with me.
But I could have. But I'm happy that you are here. This is People Talking Sports, and so far we've been People Talking Ears. How's that for a segue?
That's a good segue.
Because
I like it.
Chris, I don't know if you can see this, but Chris has, as do many fighters, ears that have been. How would you describe?
Well, you get cauliflower ear. First of all, the conversation started because you started complaining to me about how you have cauliflower ear, which is, I'm like, oh, he's really complaining about
I got
this?
drunk once and fell down in
you see what I look like right now?
Yes.
This is crazy.
I was drinking margaritas one night and fell in a little fenced-in area around a tree in New York, and I was lamenting this to Chris. And
we can name drop on TV. Go ahead. Who was drinking you under the table? Why were you showing off?
I don't like to brag. Her name was Rosie Perez, though.
White man can't jump.
Thank you very much, guys. We'll be back right after this. Chris is, has taken many, obviously, hits to the ear, has given more hits.
Hit to the brain, you could say it.
Chris just recently won a very decisive victory against Kelvin Gastelum. Am I pronouncing his name right?
You actually got it perfect. I'm surprised.
Really?
Yeah.
I shouldn't have.
Kelvin Gastelum.
Why should
That's
we
a
pay
tough
him
name.
that respect?
I mean, my 5-year-old can't say it right. I don't
Kelvin
know.
Gastelum.
Gastelum.
And it was a hard-fought victory.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us a little bit about it and how that snapped, I don't want to say a losing streak, because by no means are you a loser, Chris.
Now you said it.
But Chris, you had lost a couple matches in a row, and so what did this do for your?
Oh, it was huge for me. So first off, Kelvin Gastelum, really tough guy. He was on a really good winning streak.
Not tough enough. Sorry, Kelvin.
We had a bunch of knockouts against some tough dudes, and so I was going in there. My back was against the wall, and I came out victorious. It was a tough fight, and I ended up submitting him, choking him out in the 3rd round.
And when you say choking him out, you say it so casually. I love it. If I ever choked anyone out, you know, I wouldn't say it. So
have you been choked out?
No.
Oh, maybe that could happen today. We could do that. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt.
Maybe we could. We'll see if we have time.
You just get the tingles, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, what just happened?
And how long are you out for? How long was Kelvin out for?
He actually tapped. So it's one of those things. You have an option. It's either you tap or you take a little nap.
Right. That tap or a nap.
Tap or nap.
Now, has anyone ever tapped you and then napped almost simultaneously?
Yes, it has in practice.
What is that like to do that to a man?
I put people to sleep in a fight before. One of my first couple UFC fights, I had a choke. MMA fights? What?
Oh, in the fight.
Oh yeah.
You haven't tucked them in. Like I thought it was like a bedtime situation because you have 3 kids. Chris does have 3 kids, and you could if you wanted to.
I know how to put people to sleep in all different ways.
This, in fact, may be putting some.
I'm
people
not
to sleep.
one-dimensional.
I do too.
I can do it all.
What do you think about the upcoming Mayweather-McGregor fight? Do you think there's any legitimacy to it outside of just a spectacle? I
changed my view on this a bunch of times, so let's preface it with that. But I'm going McGregor by knockout, 3rd round.
Are you really? Mm-hmm. Really? Now, why do you say that? He's not a boxer.
I think they're going to have a 2nd fight, and then I think they're going to have a 3rd fight. And I think both of them might become billionaires at the end of the day. I'm just getting this feeling.
But it's such a different, I mean, isn't that like saying...
He's going to have a different style that Mayweather's never seen before. It's going to throw him off, and Conor does hit hard. And they did go on the smaller gloves. I believe they're doing the 8-ounce gloves now.
Oh, really?
It does.
So it's closer to...
And Floyd's so used to using these big gloves to cover up and use his defense. I think there's a chance, and I have a feeling it's going to happen. If Conor hits him, the world ends. It's going to be crazy.
But what if Floyd is just too fast and too...
No, then he's too fast and too untouchable,
and he
embarrasses Conor.
So you think you go...
Let me say, I'll give you... This is the 2 scenarios in my head.
Yeah.
I think Conor knocks him in the 3rd round, or if that doesn't happen in the first 4 rounds, if he doesn't knock him out, it's going to be Conor getting tired and Floyd running away. But it's still going to be exciting because Conor's going to be talking crap like we've never seen. He might pretend to throw a head kick. He might lay on the floor. He's going to get the crowd excited.
What if those instincts do kick in? I mean, as an MMA fighter, would you have a hard time?
I was told he has in his contract, if he throws any illegal MMA type blow, he doesn't get paid. Okay,
interesting. So Conor McGregor... You heard it here, folks. Somebody might win some money thanks to that tip.
Let me hear all the negative stuff on Twitter. Go on.
Conor McGregor, okay.
I'm an idiot, I know.
Chris, I would never say that about you to your face. No, this is really interesting, and we're going to actually have more with Chris right after these messages on People Talking Sports. Welcome back to People Talking Sports. I continue to be joined by Chris Weidman, and I am now joined by Ronny Chieng from The Daily Show and Joel Solomon, formerly of HBO's Bill Simmons Show. We were talking earlier about Hempstead. Chris went to school at Hofstra. Turns out one of our other panelists did as well.
I didn't actually graduate from Hofstra, did you?
Yes, I did because I'm really smart, but I'm sorry that you're not. But I did. At least you went there. That's impressive.
I do think you threw me out of a bar once. It was...
Chris was a bouncer, and this is true.
I don't know, was I the bouncer or I was just like, you know what, let's get rid of this guy.
You were
like, just hanging out.
This guy's out of control.
Maybe he just gestured to haphazardly, and you thought you were so intimidated, you took it upon yourself to leave.
I might have been your first real victory.
I did notice that you were looking at me strange as soon as you sat down here.
There's beef. There was tension.
As if I really did something wrong to you.
There still is tension.
I've been bullied when I was younger, so I know what this feels like.
Well, at least it wasn't off the uni span. You didn't throw me off.
No, I didn't want to kill you.
How was his technique when he did it?
It was good. It was like happy hour. It wasn't even late.
Did you think you won the fight?
Yeah. No.
Do you remember what you did to warrant being thrown out?
It probably order a Zima.
Turns out the referees on the Madden football game, they make human errors now too. I'm not a video game enthusiast. I don't really play. I don't have strong.
What kind of human errors? Like
I guess they're wrong.
Drink too much and get kicked out of bars. Like what kind of human errors?
Yeah, they say the wrong things socially
on TV.
On TV. Yeah. But no, I guess they make the wrong calls, and then you can. Evaluate that you can
place them in the face. You can do the challenge.
You can challenge.
But that's like a waste of challenges. You lose timeouts with a challenge, and I don't know. I don't like it. They need to be perfect.
Yeah, I mean, you want Madden to be more realistic. I applaud that. In fact, I think this year there's a player option that during the national anthem you can have your player take a knee.
Yeah.
So that's
I don't think you have an option. They just take knees. They just go down.
So
it should be. You're right. I mean, where do you draw the line? If you're going to be that realistic, do you have pigeons coming onto the field now, and you have to take care of? it's food for thought.
You should also get.
You guys
But
can all
Ed,
think about
Ed
it.
Hockley makes no mistakes because
Right.
he should be
Yeah.
100. Like every player gets ratings.
ratings.
That's
Ed
true.
Hockley's
Are there
100.
referees that are worse? I wonder, make more errors than others
You should
in the
have the
game. I
option
mean,
to play with fireworks or not to play with fireworks. You move the hand, JPP. You know?
yeah.
You should also have the
Yes.
option.
Check
Yeah,
that out
JPP.
too. Like you're allowed
Yeah.
to have not the whole hand.
You should also.
Is that what happened to you? That
No,
would
it
be,
wasn't fireworks. This
What
was,
happened?
This was fighting. To be honest,
I love how you keep saying how you're not intimidating,
Yeah.
and you have like the biggest neck
swinging this around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with like an actual injury from a fight, and you just walk around
I have a
going,
big
I'm
neck?
not that intimidating.
Oh,
I guess
that's
it's
really, I really appreciate
yeah,
that.
no,
Thank
no
you.
problem. I don't know if that's news to you, but
I know.
Yeah. I love how no matter.
Really? How my traps look?
Bieber weighed in on the McGregor Mayweather fight in a way that suggested he was no longer friends with Mayweather. And isn't it true that he was part of Mayweather's entourage a couple
Oh my gosh!
years
The
ago?
reason why I hate Bieber is because that
There's only
when
one?
he walked out, when Bieber walked out with Mayweather at one time, he had his glasses on, and he's in the ring. He's in the ring with Floyd Mayweather as he's getting ready to fight, and he just is. There's no smiling. There's just like, I'm a gangster. I'm a gangster the whole time. You could just tell
Bieber.
what's playing in his head.
Right.
Bieber.
Yeah.
He's thinking he thought he was just.
It gave
just
him a lot
bothered
of
me.
it gave him a lot
I'm
of
like,
cred, didn't it? Like hard cred. Because
Look
at
at
that
me.
point he was the floppy-haired kind of.
Did you feel your rage
But-
rising and you
I'm
wanted
like,
to choke
someone
him out?
get him out of this.
But as
you know,
a,
Mayweather's getting his Twitter followers up, and
Sure.
so it works out for him.
but as a fighter, like I would like to know from you, if you're Mayweather and your best friend breaks up with you and unfollows you on Instagram, emotionally, how will you be for the fight? Because this could be really damaging to
It's a
Mayweather.
handicapper's dream.
Do we even care about this? Why are we talking about this? Ronny, what do you think?
Well, I think that it is undeniable that no matter where you are in life, not being associated with Mayweather is a good thing. Just don't cut that out. That can only be a positive thing. No matter who you are, what you're doing, just cut that out. You don't need to be around Mayweather. Undeniably, he's not a very good person to be around, I would think. Justin Bieber, you have your pick of the world.
Yeah.
You're going to pick Mayweather as your friend? You can pick anybody.
Hang out with Cornel West.
You can hang out, yeah.
Larry David.
Yeah.
Some really cool people. But
Mike Tyson.
But to play devil's advocate, and I do mean devil's advocate because I'm defending Bieber. But doesn't Bieber owe? I can't believe we're talking about this. Doesn't Bieber owe Mayweather some sort of loyalty? You know, because Mayweather did take him under in his fold.
I say no because he walked him out to the ring in one fight.
Yes.
The next fight, the Burger King is walking Mayweather out. So how many friends does Mayweather have if fictional characters
That's
are walking?
true. Do you have an entourage? Who would you walk out with?
I can't. Rosie Perez.
That.
I'm stealing that one from you.
You should, by the way. She loves boxing.
Matt
you know.
Damon. What?
Matt Damon.
Matt
Take
Damon.
Perez. You should. Who would be in your entourage?
Oh, walking down. the
Ideally,
entourage?
yeah. If you could have
Ideally.
any. Yeah. Your
man.
trainer and all that, but who would be your
Love to see,
kind of sparkly?
Love to see Larry Bird walking down with me. Raised a lot of questions, I think.
that's
and we would
good,
never
yeah.
answer it. We would never answer any
Yeah.
of those questions. He would never talk
be
about it.
such a mystery.
I would never talk about it. But just before I get in the ring, he like kissed me on the forehead. And we go out there.
That's amazing.
But just
That's
mystery.
awesome.
Yeah. Wow.
You can't beat that.
Joe, what
No,
do you
that
think?
is a
Larry
good one.
Bird?
I mean, my God. Probably like
Who would be your Bieber?
the cast of Cheers. Just like, wow, look at this reunion he brought out. Like something obscure.
How about Seinfeld? The cast
There
of
it
Seinfeld,
is.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
walk out to that doom, ba-doo,
Yeah.
doo, doo. Conor McGregor recently compared himself to Bruce Lee. They're hyping this Mayweather fight. To me, it reeks of he's just doing whatever he can now to maintain interest, to hype this thing.
Conor McGregor comparing himself to Bruce Lee was
Mm-hmm.
like probably the least arrogant thing he said so far, right? Like
Yeah.
comparatively. Also, he's not that wrong. I mean, Bruce Lee was he promoted mixing martial arts. I mean, in some ways, he was like the original mixed martial artist.
What he said was, you would have to reincarnate Bruce Lee to be prepared to fight me.
To fight Conor.
Conor.
Okay. So.
No, in a way, he's saying that Bruce Lee's better than him. Like that wasn't even a.
But he doesn't even. I think after this fight, we can make the comparisons, and because I think Conor would compare himself to Michael Jordan too, but it would probably be Michael Jordan that played baseball. I think. I mean, that's
Maybe he's comparing himself to Bruce Lee in that he's as good an artist as Bruce Lee, or as
Right.
good at cooking as Bruce Lee.
That's true.
So maybe we
I
need
was
to
going to
contextualize
take
it.
this and actually make a serious statement, but
Please, it's better than the
you were
funny
just all
statements
funny,
that we make.
okay?
Yeah, we would like to know what the
you're gonna make fun of me. you know?
professional fighter thinks about professional fighting, please.
Well, what it is Mayweather only does boxing. That's literally one form of martial arts. Bruce Lee was one of the first people to say, not be brainwashed by one martial art, and this could beat everything, and we'll never test it against anybody. You have to put everything together. You know, he learned. He was the first one to actually boxing does work, and if you add it in with the kicks, we could do this. And so, but Floyd Mayweather's not that guy. He's just a straight boxer.
Oh, okay, so but wouldn't that go against your point that Conor now is going to win? It's a boxing match. Conor is not a true boxer.
But what he's saying is his style is going to be more of like a Bruce Lee, well-rounded. He's not going to come out there as a traditional boxer. It's not going to be 1, 2, hook.
So you think Bruce Lee would have a chance against Mayweather?
No, everything has evolved so much. It's hard to say. It's like Dan Gable. He was one of the best wrestlers ever. But he was like in the 50s or 60s. If he was to wrestle now, he wouldn't be able to stand a chance against any of these guys. The sport has evolved, and it's the same thing with martial arts.
Have you done any other martial arts other than wrestling?
Oh yeah, I mean
Like
you
what?
have to. You have to do so. Mixed martial arts is pretty much you're allowed to do any single martial art that's ever
Yeah,
existed
I know.
in the
I'm
world.
asking, have you done? What
I'll get
styles?
to it.
All right.
I'll
Well,
get
there's
to
a
it.
lot of tension here.
Did you just touch my arm?
No, I didn't. Your arm
Felt
touched
something.
mine.
Okay. But yeah, you have to be open-minded to every single martial art. So I've done everything at this point. I mean, judo, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, kickboxing,
Eskrima,
karate,
Wing Chun,
Wing
Ronny,
Chun.
calm down.
judo.
I can't even tell you all the names.
No,
of
I'm
things
asking
that-
this because I feel like if you see something in these martial arts like judo and eskrima and
Changale.
what's the
Tremo.
Malay one? The
I don't know.
oh man, it's gone. Anyway,
But you're
if you
saying-
see things in these martial arts, why is it that we haven't seen these martial arts like translate into MMA in a
Because the things that work in those martial arts, so like there's certain types of karate and stuff like that that not to put them down, I don't think will work in a real fight against someone that's good. So
Like
I think
King
what mixed
Hippo.
martial arts exactly. I think what mixed martial arts does, it brings the real stuff that actually could possibly work from any martial art and brings it to the test.
If you were to put Ronnie in a sleeper hold, how would you do that?
Well, just the rear
Well,
naked
you
choke.
show.
The rear naked choke.
rear naked or
All right, well, this happened last time. You ready? Here, come here. Stay. Don't move.
thank God I sat here.
so I'm
All
just,
right. So I have I have a pin in my hand right now.
Oh,
That's-
okay.
It's like that long going through my.
Right.
oh yeah, that's very
Get
safe.
ready to tap.
So what
Just
I do
get
is
ready.
grab my bicep. This would come here, and I should.
Wait, hang on, wait. Why are you listening to him?
Here.
Why are you listening to me?
Hang on.
Yeah, why are you listening to him?
3, 2. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. Did that,
Something just crashed.
Yeah.
I think you might be
Maybe-
dying in
I think it was my
I think I
stomach.
just broke
10 minutes from
adjusted.
now.
I think my neck
you're
just
not
broke
allowed
your
anymore.
arm.
But
That's what just happened.
So
You signed the
hey,
thing,
let me
right?
show you the defense of this.
Yeah, it's
reach back with one of your hands, grab my top hand, and pull it off.
This one?
Yeah, pull down.
Yeah.
Now I only got one hand, right?
Yeah.
So then get
Then
your
turn into it, right?
and then turn your chin down.
Yep.
And then tuck it in. Boom.
Yeah.
But the defense to that, so I don't let you do that here. Get your chin up again.
Yeah.
Because I'd neck crank you there.
Yeah.
I come here and now try to reach up and grab my hand down.
This one?
The same thing you did last time.
This one, right?
No, whatever you did. Just
okay.
pull my top hand down.
So what are you
Because
doing?
so the difference is now I'm taking my chin and tucking it over here.
Right.
So now he's grabbing the top part of my forearm. He's not going to have the strength to rip
Right,
that off.
here.
If he grabbed my wrist or my hands, it's coming down. He's coming down.
Do you want me to get the lawyer?
He's fine. He's fine. Can you look into the camera and say, I am okay?
I will definitely press charges.
Perfect. That's close enough. Guys, we will be back for more People Talking Sports. Thanks for being here. I think West Side Story. I think West Side Story is the best.
Oh, West Side Stories.
Is the best Gilbert and Sullivan. Oh, we're back on People Talking Sports. We were just talking about our favorite Broadway musicals.
Yeah.
We're lucky enough to be joined by the lovely, the knowledgeable Liz Gonzalez. Liz
to be
Gonzalez, take it away.
So you guys were getting really technical about boxing, and look, I'm gonna admit I've never stepped into an octagon, but I think I understand kind of what it's like. So do you guys remember when you were young and we were all playing Red Rover?
Yep.
Familiar with
Not
the,
together. We weren't all playing
Right,
together.
right, but-
at
from
one point,
America.
each of us
And
has
like
done.
somebody calls you over and you're like, oh, man, I had my Wheaties this morning, I'm feeling good. You go through like the two biggest guys linking arms and you break through. Kind of like that, right? Back me up, Chris.
I think you're right. I think you simplified the game of fighting. It's Red Rover. Red
Yeah.
Rover
It's
is the
just
answer.
not-
If
yeah.
anybody doesn't understand what it is, just say Red Rover and they'll get it.
That's
the
how
way-
you should train now. Just
Exactly.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
We could do this right now. Let's hold hands.
Well, but I don't want to hold your hand. You're
Yeah, you already broke it.
You're
By last time we shook hands.
I shook your hand too hard.
Have you broken your knuckles, all of them?
Every single one of them.
You have?
No, but I've had. This is my hip bone in this hand. So they took my hip bone and put it in the hand.
So
It's
kind
like
of.
one of those, is
You
that a
can't be
song?
sarcastic about that.
No,
if
I'm
you've
serious.
mostly
But not my
broken your hand.
knuckles.
Oh, okay.
So this is my hip bone, and now I got.
That's a Red
I have
Rover
my
accident.
tendon from my wrist is in my hand over here. So switching my body parts around.
my foot fell asleep last act. I was,
Wow, that's
Just
terrible.
give it a
yes,
good jiggle.
Yes.
I'm going to take us back to this Mayweather fight. Obviously, everybody knows they fight on Saturday, but did you know that we're only a few days away and the fight still has not sold out? They lowered ticket prices, and you have hundreds available now, starting at $1,400, which isn't too ridiculous. That fight is not selling out, but it did make me think, if I could go back and pay big money to see anything, what would I see? And I got to tell you, I would step back to 1997 at the MGM Grand when Oscar de la Hoya fought Macho Camacho. That was probably the first fight I ever recall seeing, and it was also the first fight, or the first time, actually, forget fight, that we ever saw as little Liz, a Mexican on a big stage, period. And for me and my family, like, that was a big moment.
That's
What would you
awesome.
guys pay to see?
I would love to see a one-on-one basketball competition between Jordan and Kobe. I would love to see it go
But
down.
that's
I
not
bet
like, but that
LeBron.
never, but something that happened.
That prime, sorry, in the prime.
All right,
something
all right.
that happened.
Yeah.
Man, but she just said like,
I told him. I told him.
She
To
mixed
be
up.
fair, I
Okay.
told him he could pick anything.
We go to anything. Joel.
Very creative. I see.
I mean, clearly it's
I like
the
that.
event
I'm
you
with you
could
on
win
that,
the
yeah.
most money at. But if I had to choose, I guess, Miracle on Ice or the Malice at the Palace, really. I mean, it's the two biggest events.
So you've made it now about gambling.
No. I would want to see America be great again and go to the
Yeah.
Miracle on Ice. That's amazing.
Speaking of, yeah.
and if not that, then you want to see
Oh,
the
the Malice at the Palace is
Malice at
like
the Palace,
amazing.
not bad.
That was like
And you would,
must-see
you would
TV.
put money on Ron Artest breaking that guy's.
No, I would have
tailbone?
got in there and made YouTube history, try to break it up. Like
YouTube
a Van
history.
Gundy, like just, I don't know.
That's a good answer.
Be the hero.
But-
Okay.
Dreams come true.
I would like to go to the Berlin Olympics, the Jesse Owens race, and I would like to, and just to watch Hitler watch it. You know, I'd like to see him, knowing what I now know, you know, how that turned out.
How about that?
What about you, Liz?
I did mine. Are you paying attention?
He's trying
But
to
you know
get
what?
off the Hitler
Otherwise, I
thing.
would be the ice. I shouldn't talk about the Packers as much as I do, so I'll leave them out of this. But if I could, it would be the Ice Bowl.
so
Bart
cold.
Starr, Vince
Bart
Lombardi,
Starr,
yeah.
right. Right.
You're a
It'd
big
be fun to
Packer
see
fan?
Joe Namath as a Jets
Green,
fan.
you wear
win the
green
Super
every
Bowl.
day?
Yeah.
But you
No, I
bring,
don't. But it does
Never see that
feel
again.
right
Yeah.
that I'm wearing green.
Knowing that
talking
we'll never
about
see
them.
it.
But you bring modern technology in winter gear.
Oh yeah. I hate the cold. I would be
Because
like
yeah.
decked out, electric
You hate the
socks,
cold? Why would you want to go to the
scarves.
Ice Bowl then?
Because it's part. First of all, football should be cold. I'm a big believer that indoor arena, like
Not the
stadiums
same,
that
right?
have roofs, it doesn't.
You don't smell the
Football's
same
supposed to be a
feeling.
cold sport.
that's-
You should be out there suffering.
Yeah.
As a fan?
Yeah.
I disagree, but okay.
Soldier Field, you get a beer and it turns into a slushy like
Yeah.
that in
So
December.
when your team wins, it feels like you won.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for not noogieing any of us.
It's not over yet.
Well,
so
It's true. We'll see what happens, but that's it for our show. People Talking Sports. Thank you guys for being here. Liz, Joel, Ronnie, Chris. Thank you guys.